Hi, I'm Kirk Davies, Rangeland scientist with the USDA-Agricultural Research Service at the Eastern Oregon Agricultural Research Center. This week, I'm going to discuss plant nutritional quality and range livestock. Today, I'm going to discuss plant parts and their nutritional quality. Leaves of most forages are higher in crude protein, phosphorus, and energy than their stems. Stems generally have higher fiber and lignin, which can decrease their digestibility. Not surprisingly, studies on grasses and legumes reported that ruminants, when allowed to choose, consume more leaves than stems. Other parts of plants can also vary in their nutritional quality. Fruits and flowers from forbs and shrubs are generally higher in protein and energy content than leaves. Similarly, seeds from grasses have higher protein and energy content than their leaves. Yesterday, I discussed plant parts and their nutritional quality. Today I'm going to discuss the effects of season on forage quality. Energy, crude protein, and phosphorus content of forages are highest during periods of active growth. As perennial plants become dormant, nutrients are translocated from the above-ground parts to the crowns and roots. This generally decreases the nutritional value of the forage. In our region, the active forage growth period is typically only 60 to 90 days. However, active growth varies by species and location. Similarly, declines in nutritional quality vary by species. Annual grasses are much less nutritious than perennial grasses during the dormancy period. This week I'm discussing plant nutritional quality and range livestock. Today I'm going to compare the nutritional value of different range forages. Comparing actively growing material between plants reveals that crude protein, phosphorus, and energy is usually greatest in forbs, followed by shrubs, and then lowest in grasses. However, species in each of these groups vary in their nutritional value and may have toxins that offset their protein or energy content. For example, Wyoming big sagebrush leaves can have crude protein levels between 14 and 15% in the winter, but mild toxins prevent most domestic livestock from consuming significant quantities of sagebrush. Digestibility can also vary among plants. For example, forbs are usually more digestible than grasses. This week, I'm discussing plant nutritional quality and range livestock. The last few days, we have discussed that plant species and their parts can differ in their nutritional quality. Because of this variation, and the livestock are selective in what they consume, it can be difficult to determine the nutritional quality of animal diets when they are on rangelands. Different kinds of livestock also consume different plants or different parts of plants. For example, cattle, elk, and bison are considered to be grazers and consume large quantities of grasses. However, they do at times consume high quantities of forbs and shrubs depending on availability. Pronghorn, mule deer, and white-tailed deer are considered browsers and mainly consume forbs and shrubs. Domestic sheep and burros are considered intermediate feeders because they adjust their feeding habits based on what forage is available. Thus, the nutritional quality of a rangeland also depends on what kinds of animals will be using it. There are methods to determine the nutritional quality of diets of range animals by analyzing fecal material, but most livestock producers rely on their knowledge of pastures and observations of livestock condition to determine when supplementation may be needed. This week I'm discussing plant nutritional quality and range livestock. In the past few days we have discussed that plants and plant parts vary in nutritional quality. Today we're going to discuss minimizing supplementation of livestock on rangelands. Supplementation of livestock on rangelands is needed when the livestock cannot meet their needs from the forage they consume. However, supplementation is a major cost of livestock production, and minimizing the amount of supplement needed can greatly increase the profitability of an operation. Livestock on rangeland that is lightly to moderately grazed are less likely to need supplements, or at least less supplement, than rangeland that is heavily grazed. This is because on lightly to moderately grazed rangelands, livestock can selectively consume higher quality forage, and they expend less energy traveling to fill their stomachs. During active forage growth, selective grazing is not important because this period of time most forages are highly nutritious. However, maximizing the ability of livestock to selectively graze becomes very important when forages are dormant to minimize the need for supplementation. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.